We're
We're back.
back.
Hey.
You get two Wombo Combo Show episodes in 1 week.
But technically, it's still one.
Well, it's part two.
It's part two. Yeah.
Yeah, how
Anyways.
about that? Anyways, Parth, what's up, dude? You missed part one where we went over a couple teams, but we haven't gone over your team yet. Guys, we're going over Ben's mock draft 1.0.
Yes, we are.
We're about halfway through. We ended on
More than halfway through.
well, we're more than halfway through. Yeah, but we're just gonna wrap up the last
Yeah.
10, 12 teams here. We ended on talking about the Steelers,
No, we
talking
ended with
about Milrow.
we ended on Packers.
Well, yeah, I was saying the last couple teams we were talking about just to kind of fill them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended on the Packers. They took an edge rusher.
Mm-hmm.
You had, was it Williams or McCall? Who did you have him taking? I forget.
Williams
Williams.
from Georgia.
Okay. So who did you have coming up on your next pick, Mike?
So the next pick at 24 with the
about you?
Vikings was Derek Harmon,
The guy I
D
wanted.
lineman from Oregon,
He's really good.
who the Steelers should realistically take.
I see him, and if there was more need at DT throughout the league, I see him as a top 20 pick. He's good.
Yeah, he is good.
He's really good. He's a
He
good
is
run
good.
stuffer as well. Yeah, if the Steelers keep their pick and don't go crazy with a quarterback like Jackson Dart or Milrow, kind of like you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
I think Harmon would be the best pick for the
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
I can see the Vikings going O line, D line with this pick. So I feel like they're gonna emphasize defense
Okay.
this year
I
with
could see it.
with their first round pick.
Was that 24? Just remind
That
me. What
is
number we're on?
24. That's
24. Okay.
So and then just rolling on
Yeah.
at 25, the Texans take Kelvin Banks Jr. tackle out of Texas
Okay.
to replenish their offensive line.
Okay. Now they did sign a couple old guys like Trent Brown and excuse me, a couple other characters. But I do like this ad a lot.
Me too. I think it fits them well. They need it.
If there was a wide receiver available who was a top 5 or 3 wide receiver still, I would see the Houston Texans maybe reaching on that. Tet McMillan, if he was to somehow tumble to the end of the first round,
Mm-hmm.
I could see the Houston Texans being the team that picks him up.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like this
He
pick.
could, and I got 2 more mock drafts coming up. McMillan could fall.
Ooh.
Probably won't though.
You'll get mine, guys, coming out here in 2 days. We'll talk about that. Parr says, I want the Eagles to take Pierce Jr. Well, unfortunately, you're probably not going to get that, brother. We'll see, though, coming up. Who do you have next?
Next at 26 is the LA Rams. They are going to take Armand Men.
Oh, Membo.
Membo.
Yeah, the tackle.
Yes.
I think he's out of Missouri. Is that right?
Membo out of Missouri.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, my memory's doing pretty well for me today.
Yeah.
Membo would be a good ad for them as well.
I can't read.
Their one tackle is Note Boom. Yeah, he sucks. Just gonna put that out there as like one of their offensive linemen who isn't very good.
Their offensive line was kind of iffy.
Yeah, and you got
last year at best.
Matt Stafford is still semi-mobile at his age, but you still want to give him as much protection as possible.
Yeah.
So I do like that pick. He is kind of seen as a early second round pick or very late first round pick. So I like that.
This is where he kind of is projected to go.
Yeah, he belongs there.
Yeah.
Right
at his projection.
So 25?
25 or 27.
27.
now.
I can't count,
Yeah,
bro.
no, see? We're going lower technically in the draft.
Okay, real quick. I got a couple comments that came through. This is from Adam. Adam says, and I did see this.
I saw that too, Adam.
This is a wild one that I do want to mention about Tet McMillan that we didn't mention during part 1 where he got drafted to the Falcons. Tet McMillan says that he not only doesn't watch film like at home, he doesn't watch film on himself at all unless it's in the wide receiver room. He doesn't think that film helps him at all. That sounds really...
Yeah.
You know who that sounds like? Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I know.
I don't like that.
That's why he's fallen out of the top 10 in a lot of people's
Study
eyes.
your craft. He also says that he doesn't think Membo goes outside of the top 15. He thinks he's a top 15
You think
pick.
he's a top 15 pick? Okay.
He's a pretty good tackle.
Okay.
So you have Membo going to remind me again. That was the Rams, and that was a good one. Who did you have coming up next at 28?
Is 20. It was 27.
Oh,
The Ravens.
Are they 28?
27.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say it a fourth time.
Okay.
27.
27. Who do they picking?
Jalen Walker uh, Georgia edge
Ooh,
rusher
that's right. You did mention that. Jalen
or
Walker.
linebacker.
I think that would
That's a far drop for Jalen Walker,
for sure. They
like
do
10
have.
picks.
I'm trying to think who it is. They drafted him in the second or third round last year. He's a middle linebacker from Clemson. I know that they have him as well, and he's been pretty good. I think it's Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Maybe that's the Eagles
The
who got him.
Eagles have Trotter Jr.
But they have a middle linebacker on the Ravens who is pretty good, who's playing underneath of Brown. However, I do like this pick. I think he could be great. I think he could replace, Malik Harrison, who left,
Yes,
came
who
over to
is
the
now
Pittsburgh
is now
Steelers.
a Pittsburgh Steeler. Yep.
I think that this could be a good replacement for him. Do they need to do that in the first round? I don't know. But if
They
he's the best
probably
available player, if he's there, you take him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Or you find some team who is willing to spend an arm and a leg
Yeah.
to trade your pick to take him,
Yeah.
and then you
So
capitalize on
because
that.
I don't think they're gonna get a wide receiver at that spot.
No,
They're not gonna get one of the 2 tight ends at that spot.
I don't really think they necessarily need much more than a kicker and some new safeties, you know? But, let me know what you have coming up. Guys, let me know what you think about that comment. Anyways, let me who do you got next on your list there, Benny boy?
Next at 28 with the Detroit Lions, James Pierce Jr., edge
James
rusher,
Pierce Jr., that's the
Tennessee.
pick that I really like.
That's the steal of this mock
I
draft,
know Parth
honestly.
probably won't love that, but I gotta say that is definitely when you sent that to me and said, "Here it is. This is the
Mhm.
final copy of point 1 or
Yes, sir.
1.0."
Yes, sir.
I said, well, first I said, "Why is Jalen Miller on this list?" And then, and then
This is the part of my list where I have a run of edge rushers just going.
just all going.
Yeah.
But James Pierce Jr. as a Detroit Lion would be nuts. I
Nutty.
think he would go. Oh,
Yes.
I think him and Aiden Hutchinson together would be an
So
awesome pairing.
I would love that for the Lions, honestly, if they could get Pierce Jr. Next at 29, Washington, another edge rusher goes here. Uh, Shaner Stewart.
Oh, Shamar
Shamar
Stewart
Stewart.
out of Texas
Out of
A&M.
Texas A&M.
Okay, yeah,
So
I like
didn't
him a lot.
have a lot of sacks in college, but he's really good at the run.
Yeah, I like him.
Really, really good at the run.
I like him.
So, and with coaching, you can develop guys into great pass rushers in the NFL. And I feel like he can become a good pass rusher in the NFL. He had a good pass. Did have a good pressure rating.
Mhm.
He just never got to the quarter. He just never fully got to the quarterback. But he was
Maybe
good at getting pressure.
with some NFL coaching, maybe that can progress for him and he can move to
Yeah,
the
for
next
sure.
level.
For sure.
Red says in chat here, he was saying that the comments that he made about the tape and film,
Hmm.
he's saying that has come up from like maybe his freshman year and it's just getting leaked now, and it's just other people trying to kind of trash him to
Probably.
make him fall in the draft.
Yeah,
So
probably.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
That
makes
honestly
sense.
makes sense. So the
So,
Lions take James Pierce Jr. That's probably my favorite pick on your 1.0 draft. Who do you have coming up next, bro?
all right. Well, what we had after the Lions was Washington
Oh,
taking
that's
Stewart.
right. Washington. Yeah, my fault. My fault. My fault.
So, and then the Bills take Stewart's buddy, Nick Scourton,
So both
another
Texas
edge
A&M
rusher.
guys
Both
go.
A&Ms go back to back.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Nick Scruton's a pretty good player as well.
mhm.
I see him more as a big hitter. I
Yeah.
see him more as a knock the ball loose kind of guy,
Mhm.
more of a
So,
run stuffer kind of guy.
yeah. And the Bills, I mean, who's their best edge rusher right now? It's not Von Miller. I forget his name.
Milano,
No,
Epinesa.
there's another. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. However,
Epinesa's pretty. AJ
Epinesa.
Epinesa's pretty good, but I
They're
mean he's
aging. They're aging on
yeah. I was gonna
defense.
say he's about 30 years
So
old as well. So.
they need to get younger on defense.
Mhm.
Even though they could use another weapon for Josh Allen, but
Yeah, but at this for
at this
that pick, I don't
for
think you take the next available good player who'd be left, which I think is Eric Ameo Manor. I think he'd be the next
yeah,
best wide receiver
mhm,
who's out there, and you don't take him.
yeah,
At
for
that
like
pick.
Isaiah Bond or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
that's way too
so
high for him as well.
yeah, I agree. And then the next pick at 31, the Kansas City Chiefs take tackle Greg Zobel out of
Oh,
North
North Dakota
Dakota State.
State. North Dakota State had a guy come out a couple years ago, plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe, at left guard or center. He's a redheaded kid and he's missing his front tooth.
Yes,
I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
Hey,
he's very good.
North Dakota State, they can put out some ballers.
That's what I was saying. North Dakota State is a place that you can go get you a little white
Yeah.
offensive lineman who eats corn and pushes people
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
brother.
They eat corn and red meat.
That's exactly it. I like hunting and shoving people on the football field. What's his name? Greg Zabel?
Greg Zobel.
Zobel?
Zobel,
Name's Greg Zobel.
Zabel,
Corn, football,
right?
South
I
Dakota
think
State.
that's a good pick for the Chiefs. They need help on their O line again.
Cody Marsh. Thank you, Adam. Yes,
So,
that is who it
because
is. Cody Marsh.
they couldn't protect Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
No.
So
They need more flair on offense too. They did re-sign Hollywood Brown. I think they also brought back Juju Smith-Schuster, if I remember correctly.
they did, and they will get Rice back.
They will get
next season.
They will get Rashee Rice back. Sky Moore still also on the roster. Only mentioning his name because he's from our hometown. Not really that great.
He's not great. He's not panning out in the NFL.
Not at all. Got replaced
So-
pretty quickly this last season. Adam says Zabel can also play. Now, this was what was true about Marsh as well. He can play across the offensive line.
Yes.
He's a utility knife. He can play. What's he saying? He's saying both guard spots and center.
So
And is he listed as a tackle on
he's
PFF?
listed as a tackle here.
Which just goes to show you the guy is a multi-versatile offensive lineman, and that is something that
I
you
think
want.
They're going to keep him at tackle though, because they got the center.
Their center is very good.
Center's very good. They have, and then they have they have a guard. that's
Trey
also-
Smith just got franchise tag for a bunch of money. He's their
Yeah.
guard. Yeah, so
Yeah.
they would keep him at tackle.
The
I
center
think.
is the guy that the Steelers should have taken instead of.
Kenny Pickett.
No, I want to say over
Trey
Pat
Edmonds.
Freiermuth.
Oh, really? In
Yeah.
the second round?
Yeah, in the
I
second
remember
round.
that. Yes. So 32.
Last
It's
pick
the
of the draft.
Eagles.
The Eagles
The Super Bowl champions.
take Mike Green, edge rusher, out of Marshall.
Now, that's a major drop for him
Mhm.
because he is also projected to be a top 20 draft pick.
Yes, I just think with how the game is more of a passing league nowadays. Even
Mhm.
though they're running the ball made a comeback last year,
Mhm.
but let's be realistic, it's a passing league.
It's passing
It's-
league.
you
Quarterback
need-
is the
yeah.
most important position
Quarterback's
in the NFL
most
for a reason.
most important. Second most important would be left tackle offensively, and then third is having good wide receivers.
Yeah.
So I think teams are going to lean towards having good wide receivers for these young quarterbacks that they have.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, the Eagles are going to take Mike Green, edge rusher, with the last pick in the first round.
Mike Green, Marshall, I believe, is where he's from, right?
Yes, Marshall.
Had an amazing Senior Bowl. He looked great at the Senior Bowl. He's looked great in all of the stuff that they've made him do
Yes.
in any kind of Columbine stuff. I think that Mike Green, as much as he has one of the plainest names that you could possibly see in this draft, because there's some funny names out there in this draft. I know that you didn't pick the kid from South Carolina on purpose because you didn't want to have to say his name on air. It's like Easy.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how to pronounce it at all. But Mike Green, I think he does end up being a great
It's
player
just-
in the NFL.
This draft class is just saturated with edge rushers.
Edge rushers and running backs. I'm
Yes.
telling you, there's going to be at least 5 starting running backs that come out of this draft. That's my opinion. Adam says if Green falls that far, I'm throwing a brick at my TV. You're going to
Yikes.
make this man throw bricks at his television.
Don't throw a brick at your TV, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Parth, I don't know if you made it long enough to end up seeing
It's
the
just
Eagles pick.
football.
Was there? Yeah, it's just football, Adam. Come on, brother. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover with this draft? I didn't. One thing I wanted to mention because you just ended the first round. Did you know that if a team ends the year, like say AFC, NFC,
Yeah.
or even AFC, AFC,
Mhm.
and they end with the same exact record, the second round. So say like in this draft, for instance,
Yeah.
Titans go first. Do you
Yeah.
know who's the first pick in the second round? Not the Titans.
Yeah.
It's the Browns.
Really?
Yeah, they alternate them. So if you have the worst record, okay, if you're tied for the worst record, and Team A
so
gets
so if you have this, if you finish the year as the same with the same record, they alternate who gets the first pick in the next round.
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
So
I did not. I was. Not
I
aware
didn't
of that.
know
I
that
didn't pay attention
either.
to that at all.
because I went and started doing when I was doing my mock one, which will drop tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
I went and did a
You should
second
have checked
round
that
mock.
out.
Yeah, make sure to check that out. Um, I went and did a second round just cause I was like, there were certain
No,
things that I
yeah,
took.
just for shits and gigs.
Yeah, because I was like, I have to justify why I took this in the first round. It's because
Yeah.
we did this in the second round. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I didn't realize that, and I was like, why did the Cleveland Browns trade with the Titans to get ahead of them in the second round? No,
No,
that's just what
it's
the NFL
just
does.
flipped,
Yeah, so there's
alternated.
like if you didn't know that, there's a little bit of information for you. Been a football fan for over 30 years of my life, and I never knew that. Never knew
I
that.
didn't know that either.
Hmm.
I did not know that either. That's interesting. You would think it would just kinda continue
Yeah,
in the same order
or even serpentine
or serpentine.
in like in the late rounds.
I understand why it doesn't serpentine though, in real
Hear me
life.
out. In fifth or seventh round, could you not see them doing a serpentine and it not mattering in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, that I can see that.
Like, why not
Not like
serpentine the last
for
rounds?
day 3.
Day
Yeah,
three's a serpentine.
just
So if you're
mm,
drafting, because what it's second, third, fourth in day two,
day 2 is I believe it's just the second,
or is
third
it just
round.
second and third?
Yeah,
Okay, so
and then
fourth round.
day 3 is 4
I don't think you should
through
serpentine
7.
round four, but round five, and then round five ends. If you're number 32, yeah, 32 in the fifth round, you
Mhm.
should be one in the sixth round. Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah,
Who cares?
yeah, right? Like,
Sixth
it's just
round pick.
yeah.
There's like 8 of them I can think of who are really good. One of them being Antonio Brown, another one being Tom Brady. So I guess don't knock the sixth round draft picks. They
Yeah.
can be really good, but I don't know.
You normally if you're a
I think it'd be
6th,
interesting.
7th round pick, well, I mean, and Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant,
Oh,
has taken
true.
the
Very
Niners.
true. He was taken with the last pick in the draft. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
taking the Niners to 2 NFC Championship games.
mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
not bad for a
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant pick. Like
Yeah, the Niners are about to be irrelevant based on the way that they've been playing or selling off their
I
team
wouldn't
as of
count them
recent.
out. I like John Lynch as a GM
Okay,
over there in
let's
San
see what
Fran.
they do in the draft. Did you have anything else you wanted to cover on point or part two of your mock draft 1.0?
In my future mock drafts, the Steelers will not be taking quarterback at 21. I can tell you that right now.
I don't believe him. I don't. Just wait, guys. Tomorrow.
They could go. I think they go a couple different options with that first round pick.
Okay.
This is just one of. This is just my first initial gut feeling.
Okay. Well, guys,
That sucks. It's eating me alive.
you'll see part one dropping on April Fool's Day, April 1st here. You'll see part two dropping on April 2nd. So look forward to that. Right after that drops, you'll see my mock draft 1.0 go across. You can tell me who's more sane between the two of us, me or Ben. Just want to thank everybody for
It's him.
watching.
Probably
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I'm probably a little more sane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
not in real life, but in football. In my football draft.
In your football draft.
But I just want to thank everybody
Maybe
for
in
tuning
real
in.
life too. I don't know. I'm pretty.
Yeah, you're right. As I was getting my outro, I was like, nah, maybe in real life too. Maybe just all around slightly more sane than you
Slightly
are.
more sane than
You know, a little more, a little louder, but a lot more sane. Anyways,
Oh, it's
guys.
always the quiet ones,
Yeah, you're right.
man.
Anyways, guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching this episode of the Wombo Combo Show. This was our very first run through of the mock drafts. These will be coming through to you as we lead up to the draft, which is just 3 weeks away. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to check out all of our content. Or if you're not, smash the follow button. When you see one of our videos, make sure you hit the like button. It helps us out a ton. And guys, just want to thank you again. Until the next one.
Yep.
Peace out.
Peace.